Okay. It says we are live. Hey. What's the thing I normally say? Oh yeah. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you're new and don't know my face, my name is Stephanie Jean, and this is my channel where I like to talk about stuff on the internet. And today we are joined by the iconic, the truly lovely Dakota Nash. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. So what is this video? It's a spilling the tea, kind of. I'm drinking black cherry Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I'm drinking some Pinot Noir. I don't know. I grabbed it off the shelf at the grocery store. What I can find.
I'm drinking something with alcohol content.
Very much that.
And the point of this video is basically just so Dakota and I can catch up because we haven't talked in like forever. And that's basically it. We're just gonna ramble.
Yeah.
Because we're in quarantine, and what else are we gonna do?
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Like, to this house, going crazy.
You're like, I'm in this house. I'm like, I'm in this apartment. Right. And then some people are like, I live in a car.
Oh.
I'm just like, oh no.
Oh my God. No, yeah, it's been interesting because I have to work from home now, so that's like a big adjustment.
What do you do? You work for Kat's Place, right?
Yes, so I work for an independent educational consultant firm here in Bakersfield, California, and it's called March Consulting, and we basically help high school sophomores through seniors with the college admissions process. So we help them with their applications, getting their essays ready, like helping them. We don't ever do it for you because that would be a scandal. But then we also have like financial aid and scholarships and
just like assistance.
Yeah, and helping them decide like what college they want to go to, what college they can afford to go to. So it's very rewarding work in that aspect. But everything's online, so I get to work from home. So that's cool.
Nice.
But I love that. Yes, and I also work for In-N-Out. So, but we're still open, drive-through only. So.
Oh man. Oh no, there's a little bit of like a loop. I could hear myself in your thing.
Is it because my thing's loud? I can turn it down.
Maybe.
Bam!
Okay. I think so. I think it's good. If somebody's watching, let us know if the sound is okay, and we will try and fix things. If not, we're just gonna keep going.
All right. Keep going. There it is. Boom.
So you work at that March Consulting and at In-N-Out, and you also are involved in community theater in Bakersfield.
Oh yes, I am. So I mean, I've done like a lot of like community theater stuff. So I mean, there's like 4 theaters in Bakersfield, really, 5 kind of. But so we have there's Stars Theater. The Ovation. I've done a lot of acting, but just recently, this past year, I was elected to be on the board of directors with the Empty Space Theater, which is it's a completely donation-based theater, so it's really great. Like we reserve 10 free rush seats for pay what you can, and like so cool. It's just like nice. It's like great to like spread the arts that way. It's a whole different ball game.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I love the Empty Space. I've done 2 shows at the Empty Space, and it was the first community theater I'd ever been a part of, doing community theater at all, seeing community theater at all. So I love the Empty Space. I'm a big fan.
In fact, it was my first community theater show that I ever saw, ever. It was Spring Awakening, and I was like,
yeah. Oh, like my first show that I saw was, oh gosh, what was it? I think it was a Shakespeare. I don't know which one. It was one of them. I think it was As You Like It. Pretty sure.
They're doing that one. Well,
huh?
No, they're doing All's Well That Ends Well. I was like, they're doing that one.
Oh.
I think they did that. They did that last April, I think.
Maybe. I don't know. I always get As You Like It and 12th Night mixed up because they both have like hidden gender issues.
It's
Like,
not Shakespeare if it doesn't have any of that.
it's not a Shakespeare comedy if a girl isn't dressing up as a guy and falling in love with a guy while pretending to be a guy.
Correct. Oh, did I tell you? Okay, so the past show, All's Well That Ends Well, I think that they're doing at the space right now. I was hosting like the auditions with them, so I was just help running it, and so I was running in, and I and I had to read for a couple of the parts. I had to read for Diana.
Okay.
And I was all like, I'd like to audition for Diana, so if you want me to play. And Claire Rock, who is the director, was like, don't tempt me, I will cast you.
Oh my God, I would love that. I love Claire. I don't really think she remembers me, but she was in my first show at the Empty Space. And it was The Last Days of Judas Iscariot. And so that was such a weird show because hardly anybody was on stage together, especially like...
That show was so good.
I loved that show. And it was just hard because I only talked to one person on stage, but I didn't even talk to them. They talked to me and I kind of ignored them. So
you're like, Judas.
Jesus, Judas, they're the same person. I don't know. Christians don't come for me. Sorry, Jacob just texted me that our sound was good and I got distracted.
Oh. Well, we know that we're firing good on all fronts now.
Okay. But yeah, like we were in that show together. She was, you know, it's kind of bad. I can't remember her character's name. She was one of the disciples. I think she was Thomas. I think she was doubting Thomas. And I just, like, we never talked.
But that show was so weird. Like you had your one segment, right?
Yeah, I had one rehearsal before Tech Week.
And then it was like, oh, we'll see you at Tech Week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you rehearsed.
Like I had the read through and then I had one blocking rehearsal and then it was Tech Week. And I was like, it's
just, you get like a ton of lines. Like your one character gets like, you know, like a bunch of lines. And then it was like, Judas, who's like on there basically the whole time.
Yeah.
You have the lawyers, right? Was it the lawyer? I'm sure.
Yeah, they're lawyers. It was
Jesus played like that was great.
Jesus, yeah, he was the other one.
I forgot the name, but I read for him at the audition. I was really sad when I didn't get cast.
Oh.
But it's okay. One day.
R.I.P. the character you'll never get to see. Okay,
though. They like exist.
What is one of your dream roles in the sense that, okay, 2 dream roles, one that you could potentially get and one that you would probably never get because like stereotypical casting. Like for example, my 2 dream roles, the one that I could potentially get, her name is Alice and it's Titanic the musical. And I love her. I want to play her so bad. And the one that I could never get is Sebastian from The Little Mermaid.
You can't do the Jamaican accent?
Well, probably because I'm not Jamaican.
Yeah.
Or a man. Or a person of color. I think it'd be inappropriate for me to play Sebastian, although Sebastian's like the best character in The Little Mermaid to play. You can't prove me wrong.
No, right. I did a high school touring like show of that.
Oh yeah.
So like, correct. Okay, I love that. Okay, so I think one role that I can achieve in my lifetime is Hedwig. I would really.
Oh my gosh, I would love to see you as Hedwig.
Yeah, I think that's super achievable. I think it's like in my range, like as a singer, I think like I have the capacity as an actor to really like do it big. I don't know, I just think Hedwig's this over the top character of like glam rock and like
Yeah.
that's something, and then it goes down into like a personal level, like as you know, as it keeps going through.
Yeah.
It's like a
I
weird.
saw that too at the Empty Space. Again at the Empty Space.
I saw. Well, like I listened to the music, like Guinevere. Death
You auditioned for it, right?
Oh yes, I totally auditioned.
Yeah, I remember you walking around in heels all the time, getting ready for an audition.
I was good, girl. I was gonna stunt, and I did stunt. Like my audition was so good, but like you know, there's things that are outside of my control that like are gonna happen, and my time. It just wasn't my time for that role yet, and that's how I firmly believe that because I'm gonna do that show one way or another.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get her.
Yeah, but
have that be your audition song next time.
But Hedwig is definitely like that dream role for me. Like I could do that. I guess one role that that like I probably couldn't be, but I really like to play. Oh man. Okay. I'm like thinking, I'm like, oh my god.
I love how like my character that I picked is somebody that nobody knows. Everybody's like, oh, okay. Like, but Titanic the musical is so slept on. Like, it's an opera basically, where it's kind of like Les Mis, where everything is sung, nothing is spoken, so you could just listen to the soundtrack and you know the whole story. And there's no main character because it is on like the second class and the first class and the third class and then the captain and the builder and the owner and the guy in the crow's nest and the guy in the barracks and like everywhere. Barracks? It's not barracks. It's the stoke room or whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
Like the engine room or whatever. Whatever. I'm sick and I'm drinking alcohol. I'm making good life choices, so I don't need to know what that room is called.
Okay. I think okay, so this is gonna sound crazy. I would want to be Vanessa from In the Heights.
Oh.
But I'll never be that person because one, for it, I cannot sing those notes, and like it's just like a good role. And I don't even know. There's more. The list goes on. I just feel like I want to be a good Dear Evan Hansen. Like Evan Hansen, I feel like I can do that. Oh my God, Times, yes, the witch.
I would totally love to cast Ty as the witch in Into the Woods. I would love that. I would love to just like take Into the Woods and just completely like
greens, nothing but greens.
Never mind. Anyway, unless the big day came, I made my claim.
Into the Woods.
See, I would want to be one of the princes from that. Probably Rapunzel's prince.
Oh, Agony.
Oh, yes.
Great. That was a great song.
And then like I get my eyes poked out by thorns. Like, yeah, it sounds like a good time.
Great moment.
Yeah.
Live your best life. I recently saw Newsies at the Ovation, and I was like, I really did miss those auditions. It would have been fun to have been like crutchy.
Crutchy.
Like I don't know. I can't like really. Dancing would have been fun. Like I feel like I could have done it, but like.
Yeah. I would have liked to have stage managed Newsies and just gone to the dance rehearsals and learned the dances because I don't know how to dance. So
just like figure it out.
Yeah. We're supposed to be doing Newsies. Yeah, thank you.
I was like, I don't know.
We're supposed to be doing Newsies at my theater. I work at a theater right now. I work part-time at Star Theater in Oceanside. As a technical assistant, and because of coronavirus, like we had to cancel rehearsals and everything, and it was a kids show, so it was ages I think 7 to 18. And I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I don't even know when I'm going to work again, so there's that.
It's very like that breaks my heart because like I did like children's workshops, like kind of like a little bit older, like in high school. So like I spent my summer doing like a couple of them. So like it breaks my heart like that gets like that had to be postponed or potentially canceled.
Yeah, I think because my boss, or one of my 2 bosses, I have 2 bosses. We have David, who's the artistic director and directs all the shows, and then we have Paul, who's the general manager. So David is very optimistic, and I'm pretty sure he is planning that the show is still gonna happen on the days that we said it was gonna happen. It's gonna pull together, it's gonna be fine, everything's gonna work out, which is a great attitude to have, and I love it, and I stand. However, I'm scared.
Yeah. Right. It's very just like being on the board of directors, like we have to make sure like that theater is like running,
Yeah.
and like coronavirus has really Miss Rona has really jacked up a lot of people's like livelihoods outside of just theater. So like, like I know friends who've been laid off and lost their jobs, and like companies finding like that weren't even doing so good, or finding are just like, we're shutting our doors, like it's just not happening. But like we have a plan, like at the MZ space, we're like, we have a plan. We have like 10 plans for like,
yeah,
we can all buckle down in California and stay at home and do our thing and do our part. Then like, hey, the sooner we can open our doors and get this thing under control, right? So we have potential dates, right? So we're like, okay, May 5th. Now we have to go with Plan B. Plan A is out the window.
Yeah.
Okay, if it gets postponed till, if we don't get out of this till fall, we have a plan for that.
Yeah.
So it's very much like trying to just be conscious of being aware of the problem, but like figuring out what we can do to
not minimizing it either, because that's also something where a lot of people are like, just, oh, it's not important, it's not going to affect us. Like both my bosses are over 50. Best believe that we ain't playing. We are not playing.
Right.
We're not. And it's kind of like, I wish I was included in those conversations, not to like have input, but just to like hear what's happening. And Paul is very good at making sure that everybody is like on the same page and like relaying information. But like, because I want to someday open my own theater, this kind of crisis right now is such a learning opportunity for me.
Hands down. Okay, so like for sure, like, because I feel like I'm on the same boat with you. You already know, like I already like feel like I want to open my own theater eventually. It'll be marvelous. Oh, okay, speaking about theaters, I just want to like switch it up just for a second, because I believe the ensemble is key, and this might be like a crazy like just random moment out there, but like I want to have an ensemble training program for my theater that I open, or whoever's with me on board. And so it's like
ensemble training program.
Yes, so that
wouldn't that just be an acting training program, like
kind of, but like then the ensemble's always bomb. Like you can audition for leads all you want, that's cool, like do the thing, like come in and do it. But like if you want to be a part of, I mean, it could be like no cost, like it can be like a no cost thing, but I want like if it's a training program, then I want like, hey, people are paying to be like for their skills, so it's almost like an acting class. So it's like paying to be in an acting class, not paying to be in the show, if that makes sense. Because
that makes sense. I get what you're saying.
Because I want the ensemble to be bomb. How many shows do you go and like you have amazing leads, and it's like, man, that person really sings, but then they bring out the ensemble and the ensemble number is just like,
yeah. If the ensemble numbers aren't popping, then the show is flopping.
Right, because you can have, so my thing is like, you can have an amazing ensemble and you can have leads, and the show will still be great because you're like, whoa. Like
you're gonna be like, wow, that show was so good. I mean, the lead was whatever, but like that show.
Right. The show
unless it's like a lead heavy show with a really small ensemble. And honestly, in this moment, I cannot think of one.
Right. Of what? I'm sorry, you're gonna repeat that.
Like a lead heavy show with a very small ensemble. Like I can't really think of one.
When I did Bonnie and Clyde, that one was pretty lead heavy.
Okay.
But that was like,
but like
we had so many characters, like I was so many characters.
Yeah.
So
if then is a huge ensemble. Oh wow. Okay.
But I had to act like 10 different roles.
Oh, we have a question.
Oh, let me ask you a question.
What show would y'all love to be in together?
Yes, Michelle. Michelle's listening. This is my friend Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle.
You. Ooh, what show?
Ooh, I have to think about that.
I would like to do.
Well, okay, we should do like a straight play and a musical.
Okay.
Because a straight play I would want to be in with you would be, and it's again gonna seem random, but 12 Angry Jurors, because that's so drama and it's so heavy and it's like something that we don't do a lot of, I feel like. So I feel like it'd be really fun to do like super like serious stuff with you.
Yeah, like okay, so like 12 Angry Jurors, they're all in the like you've probably seen the movie if y'all watch it at home. Like it's like everyone's just in there like arguing and shit. So like
Yeah, I saw that live in at Shakespeare at the Utah Shakespeare Festival a couple years ago. I went twice in high school on a scholarship, and one of the years they did that. And there's a scene where they're talking about like the angle of a stab wound, and they're holding up like the piece of evidence, and then he drops the knife, and it fell into the stage at the angle that they were talking about, but it was an accident. And I was just like, I'm obsessed with you. Exactly.
God. Okay, so this is gonna sound crazy and I'm gonna put my information out there, but I've never done a Shakespeare show. So I would love to do a Shakespeare show with you, Stephanie.
Yes, because I am that theater kid.
Particularly The Tempest. I would want to do The Tempest, and if you're in
Oh my gosh, I love The Tempest! That's my favorite Shakespeare play. Closely followed by the Scottish play, but The Tempest does win because it has magic and it has a character who uses his power based off of his brain. Yay.
It's just very whimsical, and that's very much just like my thing. I think I
kind of would want to be like we should be like Ferdinand and Miranda, or like Caliban and Ariel. Like I would be Caliban and you would be Ariel.
I would love to be Ariel.
I would love to be Caliban. Could I just be like all gross and like this earth monster just like coming in
like
your daughter?
Like little like flowy and like gorgeous. I would be.
Yeah. I would love. Ty has a comment for you. Should have played Diana and all.
Claire, if you're ever watching this.
After the stream, you're just gonna send her a link like with side-eye emojis, just
What music? Okay, so what musical do you think we would be like? I feel like
Hadestown. Hadestown. Hands down, Hadestown.
Okay, so that's one. Okay, that's another role probably I'd never be able to play. But the narrator, the Hermes.
Mm-hmm.
I would never be able to play him, but
Orpheus.
Girl, I can't sing the high.
Well, can you sing as low as Hades? He gets low.
Oh, Hades is too low. Hades is too low. Orpheus is.
That's one of those ensemble shows that would be really fun, though.
Oh, hands down. I'd be like on the train.
Let's do ensemble and Hadestown together.
Okay, as of that, yes. I was also thinking, what's that show? I was thinking I would like to do Mean Girls with you for some reason.
Oh my gosh.
And we could be like, but we would be like ensemble, and so we would be like the band nerds or like
we're gonna be like the artistic freaks. Oh, when typecasting gets too real. Oh no. Oh gosh.
Great question, Michelle.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Oh, the sun's going down.
It's like slowly like fading. I'm like, is my light still working? Is my light?
I'm an actor. Let me find my light. Let me find my light. Oh my god.
Your light's good. I try to like sit as close to the window as I could.
Okay. I'm like right next to the window, but like there are no buildings in front of me because my apartment is like looking over a parking lot. So
Right.
for some reason, Ty can see us both in Kinky Boots. Shame me, I've never listened to Kinky Boots. I know I should.
I'm not gonna
I don't know
share
anything about it.
you.
I don't know anything about it
show,
except that Brendan Urie was in it once for a
yeah,
little bit.
the show's like iconic, so like I wouldn't like.
So like I am losing some theater cred. It's fine. I don't claim to know a lot of musicals because I don't.
It's
I know a lot
interesting.
of Shakespeare. I'm that kid.
It's interesting because like I have a love for musical theater, but like some of them like Carousel. I never listened to Carousel. I've never, like,
Yeah.
But like I also like to perform like because a lot of theaters will like release their season, so like then it's like, oh, I never really heard of that show. Let me listen to it.
Yeah.
Like they're doing Big Fish at the Empty Space. Like I never heard that musical.
I haven't listened to that musical, but I've seen the movie, and the movie was really like it was like one of those thinking movies,
Yeah.
And I remember I watched it when I was sick, so like it was very like psychedelic to me because I was on some kind of like drugs from my prescriptions, and I was just like, what?
Yes. And Tim Burton like did that thing, so
Yeah. And it kind of has the vibe of like Secondhand Lions does to me. I would love for Secondhand Lions to be a stage play, and if it is, I want it.
okay, this is gonna sound weird, but like I want American Horror Story to be like
Yes, let's.
I want AHS. I want somebody to be the Supreme.
I am the Supreme. I am the Supreme. Okay, let me tell you right now.
I want to be Evan Peters as Claw Hands.
Oh my gosh. I just want to meet Evan Peters.
Actually, no, I take it back. I want to be the rubber latex man in the suit and be like.
Oh, from season 1.
Very much.
Or I want to be Gaga in Hotel.
The Countess, and she's just gonna like cut your throat.
His little slice.
There'd be so much blood. It'd be great.
It'd be great. Or, I could just be myself and be the Supreme.
Yes. Well, I'll agree. I want to be, what's her name? With the killer vagina.
Banned. Madison?
I promised not to cuss, and then now here I am just talking about vaginas.
Is it Madison? Or her name is Violet in season 1, but I think it's Madison.
No, Madison 3. Is Emma Roberts. Taissa Frey.
Right.
Her name is Zoe.
Zoe. Yeah. I can see that. Let me be the Tate to your Violet. Oh my god, we should
start running in a loop. I pitched it to the Empty Space, right? I was all like, one day we should do American Horror Story. And you know how they have those two, like, the curtain little area?
Yeah.
Like, the doors are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, when she finds out that, like, she's dead.
And she's running away.
Running around.
I would say go out house left and then up that curtain, so it's the smaller circle.
Nah, make it go. I would make my
Oh, we have another question from Mitch Luna. What was y'all's first show and how was the experience?
Ooh.
You want
to
go
go first? Okay, I'll go. Okay, so my first show ever was okay, so I'm just gonna do first.
After high school. Do after high school.
Okay. My first show after high school, I had just graduated high school, and then I did like a summer show. So I didn't really count that though, because it was like still like one of the like youth workshops kind of.
Okay.
But I did my first like big community theater show was The Producers at Stars Dinner Theater, and I played ensemble, obviously, because like who's gonna cast a little
Hey, I just graduated from high school. Can I play the lead, please? No.
Give
Okay.
me Leo Bloom. You know, and it was a good experience because I think it showed me just like kind of like professionalism in a way. Because the show had like the show's super funny, but like it was very like come to rehearsal, be at rehearsal on time. Like I really learned I really learned how to like be professional from that show.
Yeah.
It was hard because I was new and I was young, so I wasn't as like outgoing as I am now, which is kind of hard to believe.
What? You've always been.
But whenever you get like thrown into a new situation, you're always like not 100% yourself yet because you're like on a guard. And so like I think that's how I kind of was, and everybody was really like kind of cliquey and like everybody knew each other, and it was just like, who's this kid? Yeah. But it was a great experience. I learned a lot. I learned not to go to Disneyland like the week before Tech Week.
That's an important lesson. Yeah.
Like I learned those things, but like overall it was a good experience. And then like it just like showed me like, hey, like when I'm committed to something, I need to be committed to it. Like I need to buckle down. Like that was something that needed to happen early on.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that it did happen early on. So it's not like my reputation or whatever that I've been working on, like,
yeah.
So I mean, it was a great first experience, really like professional people like working with the dancing. I was like, oh God, this is what they be doing here.
Oh my God.
Wow. Very much. It was fun though.
Good. My first show after high school was actually the water play at CSUB, and it was a touring young audiences show. So basically what that meant is kind of like the shirt. It was a play that my director had written about water conservation in a way to teach about water conservation to kids through theater. Super fun. Our rehearsals were Tuesdays and Thursdays, like mornings, and then performances were Tuesday and Thursday. We'd meet at the school at like 6 a.m., do 2 shows, and be back at like 1, which was exhausting, especially because at the same time, I was also in the main stage show at CSUB, the Gamester.
Yeah.
So it was like my second semester in college or my second quarter or whatever, and I'm in 2 shows, one early in the morning, one late at night, and taking a full course load and working because I'm dumb and I didn't realize that you can't just run from your depression, Stephanie. That's not how that works. But it was really, really fun, and I made a lot of really good friends from that show. Like Ariel Clark, Susanna Vera, Michael Moore. Like we still like talk like pretty frequently. Ariel and I, not as much as Susanna and I, and then Michael, I don't talk to that much anymore. We were on like social media, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know if he like changed his account, but like I don't see him anymore.
Right. Fantastic people, by the way.
Yeah. And like I love them, and that's how Susanna and I met. And like Susanna and I were like joined at the hip throughout like the rest of the time we were in college together. Like,
yeah.
I think Ty's mom calls us the 2 white girls because like I guess we were always together. And then it was so weird because her last year at CSUB, we lived together, we worked at the same place, and we were both taking like basically all the same classes for theater.
Right.
So we literally were doing everything together. It was so weird. It was great though. And then she ended up being the maid of honor at my wedding. So like, hey.
I love the touring productions because like that's probably one of my favorite. Like I didn't think it was gonna be that deep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like Unsorted was like
Unsorted.
Yeah, it was dealing like with all these different like layers of like fitting in, but you're unique and you're different. And
and like touching on themes of identity and like personality and belief systems, that play was really heavy. The water play wasn't as heavy. It was just more like, we used all the water. What do you mean you used all the water? We used all the water.
Right.
Well, now you're gonna die. Like, why'd you do that?
Right.
And then my short, this one is, there's an alligator under my bed. And that one was not very deep in comparison. I mean, it did deal with like facing your fears, and there was like a message to it, but it was not the same. It was a musical though.
It was. I
It
remember.
was a musical, and I sang a song about how I don't like arugula.
I sang a couple songs too, but they were like,
yeah, they were like Hamilton songs where it's like almost rappy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Ty just said it's Zoe. She calls us the blondes. That makes more sense.
Love.
Oh my gosh. Let's see what else. So what are your plans right now? Let's talk about moving forward. We both have mentioned that we want to open theaters. We both have mentioned where we currently work and what we're currently doing. What is your next steps look like? I know you want to start a podcast and you want to start a YouTube something? Question marks. Please explain for the class. Please share with the class.
Okay, so now I'm like getting a little excited here now. So like when it comes to future plans, I feel like
don't mind me, I'm gonna be eating my fries.
Jealous. Okay, so I want to start a podcast / like talk show with me as the host, and it would be called Talk Nasty to Me. Because Nash is my last name, so and I think it would be super fun to have like guests come on and like give like a monologue, do the thing, like very much like late night talk show, but just like for YouTube. That's not like high pressure. Like I can enjoy like my guest. I can really like learn about the guest. I can really
kind of like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. but to be able to like showcase different things, like, you know, I have a lot of artist friends and it's like, hey, like what's your process like? What's that? What's that like? Oh, you're an engineer? That's crazy. Like, what does that consist of? You know what I mean? Like, and what is that what do you do? Like I would love to get local leaders on there. You know, one time to be like, well, let's just sit down and talk. You know, and I
love that.
You know, one of my favorite talk shows hosts is Chelsea Handler because she's just like crazy, but like she just has her people around her, and they're just like talking about the topic, and it's like, here's the topic, boom. Here's the TikTok topic. What do you think? Boom. You know, you just start giving your opinions on TikTok and stuff. You know, something like that is like something that I want to like conjure up, and I'm in the works of. Like I'm like just starting the process. Like I want to get like a really good logo, like, and like like doing the things with my friends. So that's like sort of like my adventurous creative side outside.
That's your next thing.
Like a next like little project area that I'm doing. I have been working on a one-man show that got postponed due to the situation of others.
Thanks, Corona. COVID-19 in 2020. Woo.
So it's very much like you know, that's going to be resurfacing because we're going to do it. I believe in that story so much. Like it's like, so I'm very excited for that project moving forward. So like creatively, I feel like I'm on the set. Like life goals, I'm like, I need to like start kind of pushing towards, you know, trying to go for my master's maybe, or trying to decide on like what really is like a good career path for me to like try and go down, you know, like just in case it doesn't work. But I feel like I have to, like, I'm one of those people that has to like try to do it and fail. Yeah. And, like then I can be like, okay, like it just, it probably wasn't for me or whatever. But I don't believe that. I feel like I can be able to do whatever, like, and like stick it through to the end, like give it a good tough fight.
I believe in you. You got this.
Yes. What about you? What's new with you?
So I don't know. No, it's I don't know. I've been writing books, novels mostly. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. So I have half of a novel written. I have a completed 0 draft, which is like, it's basically a first draft. I just need to go through and like fill in a little bit of like stuff I needed to research.
Right.
And then I am starting a completely new story because I'm insane. So there's this thing called NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month that happens every November. One of the books I
said right. No, because I feel like I've heard people talk about it.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
So Project Brew, the one that I have a 0 draft of, was a NaNoWriMo project last November. And so there's this thing called Camp NaNoWriMo, which happens in April and I believe July every year as well. And it's just extra opportunities to write. And so my goal coming into Camp NaNoWriMo is to finish revising Project Brew. But then I was thinking about it and I'm like, well, then I'm going to be working on the same story for 8 months. And I don't want to hate it.
Right.
So I decided to do something a little wild and create a story outline in like 3 days and then draft the whole thing in 30 days. Which is fun. And I still don't really know what the story is going to be about. I'm letting tarot cards decide what the story's about, actually.
Ooh, interesting.
Let me show you.
That's an interesting process. I've never like had my tarot cards read to me. I feel like that's interesting. I should
do that for you. I could do that for you in this right now. I should. If you're okay with that.
Why not? Let's just put it on blast.
I mean, as so many people have told me when I have read their cards for them, they're like, I've never been so called out by a piece of paper in my life. So I'll let you think.
I want to be read to fill with my cards.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, my friend got me this book, Tarot for Writers. And it has like tarot spreads in here and interpretations of cards to help you create characters or settings or plot points. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to create characters based off this book and my tarot cards, and I'm going to create a set based on these tarot cards and a plot. And let me tell you, so far I have a pretty well drawn up protagonist. I have a slight grasp on my setting. The plot is a big question mark right now.
Right.
And my antagonist, I have a little bit of backstory for, but that's about it. And I started last night. So I'm making pretty good progress. Right?
Last night?
Well, normally when I'm outlining,
that's so good. Like I feel like that's a lot. Like I feel like
it is. It is. I'm not gonna like
do that like process. Like I want to be able to do that process as much.
Thank you. Normally my issue that I've ran into with my other 2 novels is that I kind of write plot-based stories instead of character-driven stories. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. It's valid. But I'll write my plot and then I'll be like, somehow my character has to go through something emotionally to get to this next part. And I don't know what it is because I haven't dug into my characters enough. Right. And I feel like at least one of the spreads in here is like pulling a card for like the entire zodiac for your character. And that just for my protagonist has been so insightful. Like I have like this super in-depth backstory about like murder and treason and an affair and like being sentenced to death. Like all this crazy stuff happens before the story even starts. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, that's going to be great. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Sorry, I'm gonna.
Should I readjust? Am I being drowned out in the darkness?
You're very blue, and now I'm very like yellow.
I wonder.
Here, I'm gonna adjust it.
I'm just gonna take you guys with me on a journey. There's that chandelier I was talking about.
I love.
Yeah, I'm not doing it right, but there it is. Okay.
But yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now is another novel. I told Jacob last night, I was like, I want to write a book. And he's like, another one? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, but you're not done with the other two yet. And I'm like, yeah. So what? This lamp is so bright. It's not helping me at all. This is so not flattering.
I just got my tan. Tan for the season. No, that's amazing. Because writing, I feel like, is so not my thing. I have ideas.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not even sure if it's my thing, but I'm doing it.
That's cool. I respect that. Mad respect to you.
Thanks. I'm gonna move this. I hope it's not loud. Okay. So, Mitch really wants me to read your cards.
Let's read them. Okay. Let's read me the filth. I'm excited.
Okay, I'll let you pick which deck you want. I have this deck, which is the Tattoo Tarot deck. Mm-hmm. I have tarot and I have oracle decks. The difference is that tarot decks follow the same structure across no matter what deck you have. They're just presented in different art forms. And then oracle decks are more open to interpretation in their creation process. So, for example, I have one. This is the Literary Witches Oracle. It's female authors reimagined as witches. I have one about the moon. I have an animal spirit tarot deck. That's Ty's favorite one. I really like that one too. And then I have the Wild Unknown tarot as well.
Since Michelle really wants me to have my cards read, let's go with the moon deck.
The moon one? Okay.
Yeah, because her last name's Luna, so we might as well just do that one.
And I have it right here. Oh, and I like how the lighting gets all dramatic.
I feel like I'm gonna be confused because I'm not very conscious of moons, so you might have to
No, that's fine because it comes with a guidebook. So I don't even have to memorize everything because if I did, then yikes.
Hey, I'm excited.
And on the inside, it says, "Let the moon be your guide." We love. Okay, so how do you want me to read your cards? Do you want a past, present, future spread? Do you want a path obstacle? Stephanie, your skin looks so good with this light, girl. Thank you. Thank you.
You're glowing.
Wow. Wow, didn't know you did that. We could do a relationship spread. We can do a clarity spread. Clarity spreads are for situations, and it tells you the overall situation and then 3 contributing factors. We could do, what did I say already? Did I say past, present, future?
Which is the most common?
Yeah, what do you want?
Let's do the most common.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll do a past, present, future. And you want all 3 of them done with the moon cards, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to do them with different decks?
You could. You could be like, what was my past, tarot? What is my present, animal spirit? And what is the future telling me, moon? You could do that. Why not?
Okay, let's do it.
You want to do that?
Why not? We'll keep you on your toes, girl. We're going to mix it up. You got to be a little brave, a little wild.
A little bit of the wild unknown? Cool.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown. So
have you seen that TikTok? And she's like, ah. And the guy's like, ah.
No, I haven't been on
She's like
TikTok
checking
since
on your
August
neighbors
when that
during
was playing.
COVID-19. So funny.
When Jacob and I saw that right after we went camping for Thanksgiving with my parents, and we were off-roading in my dad's Bronco, and Jacob and I were in the back seat, and we were just kind of like screaming to each other, "Into the unknown!" as we're going up like this massive hill climb.
You're like, chugga, 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 chugga. You're going up Goliath Flags Magic Mountain, and you're like, chugga, 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 chugga.
I dropped some. So you wanted past tarot, present animal spirit, and future moon?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Just making sure.
Pick a card, any card. No, I don't know.
The cards will tell. The past, the present, and the future as well. Literally, that is Jacob's favorite Disney song. He sings it all the time. I think it's the only song he knows entirely of.
His childhood's been.
I don't know. Okay. So tell me when to stop.
Stop.
And then again?
Not very far, but I was just like, stop.
Do it again.
Stop.
Okay. Pick a number 1 through 3.
2.
Okay. I'm sick. It's not Corona, I promise. Okay.
Miss Rona coming for you, girl. You better watch out.
Hide your kids, hide your wives. If you're not Julius Caesar, you'll be fine. I tweeted that on the Ides of March because I was like, ha Julius Caesar dead meme. Okay. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. And again.
Stop.
Okay. Pick a number 1 through 3.
1.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I'm nervous. I don't know if that's a good ooh. I
mean, that was a good ooh. I don't remember what the card you got for past means, so I'll just look it up when we get to that. But I mostly remember what your present card means. So that's exciting. Okay. Pick a number 1 through 9.
Ooh. Ooh. 6.
Ooh, okay.
It's weird. I'm a little nervous. Like, I'm just like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen.
Oh, no. All right. So, your past card, I'm not even in frame. Hold on. Whatever. Lighting doesn't matter. Chris is like screaming from the distance. Your past card, you have the 6 of Pentacles. This is what it looks like.
Okay.
Okay. And
6 for a number. So that's weird because I chose 6 for a number. Just
right. But that was for your future card too. So like. I'm going to look up what it means right now, but I do know that the suit of Pentacles is also referred to as a suit of coins. And it represents like the earth and typically like monetary things, materialistic things, like your home, your finances, that kind of stuff. Okay. So here we have the 6 of Pentacles represents prosperity, growth, and generosity. The 6 of Pentacles indicates that your long-awaited fruits are ready for harvesting, bringing more wealth than anticipated. We love that. Make sure you're generous during this bountiful time. This card can also signify generosity coming from someone else. If this is the case, accept the help with grace and put resources to use.
And this is my past?
Yes.
So what does
It could
that
be
mean?
recent past. It could be like earlier today. Huh?
So okay, so that's my past. So that was like something that's been okay, yes, I agree. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get the next book.
Blessed and highly favored.
So that was this one. That was past. Now your present, you have from the Animal Spirit deck, you have the eagle.
Ooh.
Screams an American. I've been making with Jacob a lot because he just found out that he's a descendant of Thomas Jefferson, and he's like, "I'm an American," and I'm like, "Screams and bald eagle."
An eagle. I wonder if that has to do with like my native side.
Oh, maybe. Let me find it in here. There it is. All right. The eagle, all-pervading power, truth seeker, transforms karma. The noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. This great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and of air. When the eagle appears, you'll soon be thrown into a karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think, eagle child. And then it says...
I'm going somewhere.
Sorry, I'm coughing. Anyway. Hold on. I just saw this. Chris ain't dead, but he rolling over somewhere at that lighting comment. Oof. For anyone who doesn't know, Chris is a professor at the university we went to, and he specializes in lighting design. It is one of his many specialties. So, whoops.
Whoops. Oh, well. I mean, we can see your face.
All right. It's about when you are in balance. What?
I said, I mean, we can see your face.
Oh, well. That's enough, right? It's dramatic. There's an intention, Chris. I could pick an intention if I want to. I just don't want to. All right. It says that when you are in balance, you are bright, you are radiant, you are challenging. When you are out of balance, you are controlling. To bring into balance, step into the unknown.
This is like fate. It's like fate. This is weird. But it's like
it's
totally like relatable. I feel like I'm excited, like, because that is like kind of like the present. Like it's exciting. It's exciting. That's exciting.
Or you just convince yourself you're excited.
Read me for putting me through a little bit
of. All right,
your
future card. Drum roll, is a new moon in Aquarius, which says bring love into the situation. And I'll read the guidebook so it's more clear. But new moon.
In what? New moon in Aquarius?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Let me see what
Aquarius, my Aquarius astrological.
What? What did you just say?
I had no idea what I was trying to get somewhere with the Aquarius, like astrology, and I was like, astrological.
Well, yeah, because
I don't know who they are to me. I'm a Cancer.
The way new moons and full moons work is the same way the sun works, where it goes through different constellations, which is why, like, I'm a Pisces sun. I was born during Pisces season, but I'm also a Pisces moon. Because when I was born, the moon and the sun were in the same constellation. I was born on a new moon.
Right. Okay. Yes. So because obviously I'm a Cancer sun, but I'm an Aries moon, and that tells y'all something.
That tells y'all something. Some random people watching are like, okay, and I'm over here like. I'm like profiling you like I'm a cop. Like,
but if you follow astrology and you like be up on it, you know.
If you know, then you know. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it.
You
All
know
right,
what?
so let me tell you what this means. Let me tell you what this means.
Okay, cool.
All right. All right. Explore the idea that it's not what you know, but who you know. Aquarius is all about progress and modern, so it is time to move forward. The new moon in the Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and could come very quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly, there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Additional meanings for this card. You need to be more detached from a situation. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism. Pragmatism. I don't know the right way to say that. I've had too much alcohol. More of that is called for. Or improve your karma by doing some charitable work. And the teaching is that Aquarius is the sign of invention, modern advances, technology, and humanity. Its energy is a little brittle, it's individual, scientific even, and relatively emotionally detached. Sorry, Ty. I know Ty's watching and he's an Aquarius. Oof.
My best friends and my other best friends are Aquarius, so.
My mom's an Aquarius.
Shut. No, I'm just kidding. Wow. Well, I meant my present and my future saying, "Come on, bitch, get on the ride." We going. I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited to like. Wow.
So it says Aquarius is a symbol of a water bear, but it's actually an air sign and is far more about intellect than the emotional water signs are, which we know, being a Cancer and a Pisces, that we're emotional AF. But this is reminding you to balance it with intellect. No matter when you draw it, this card is more about intellect, which is what I just said. Cool. Dropping convention works well with energy. That's your reading, babe.
Boom. Done and done.
And I'm pretty much ready to wrap this up, partially because I really have to go to the
bathroom. Girl, when you gotta go, you gotta go. All right.
All right.
Well, it was nice. Thank you for having me on your this line. Like, man, I can't wait to start my YouTube channel. Y'all better tune in to mine. It's gonna be fun.
I did put your tags for your Twitter and your Instagram in the description. So if you guys aren't following Coda, please go do that because why wouldn't you? And
I have some good content.
Content, baby, content. And while you're creeping and following people, you know, my tags are down there too. If you want to, I don't know, maybe follow me. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
She's consistent.
I try to make new videos every week. I try to make them twice a week. The vlogs are not happening the way they're supposed to, that I said that they would, because my camera stopped working and I lost all my footage. And then I can't get the footage from my phone that I'm recording onto my computer, which is just fun. It's super fun. I do have like 3 videos that I have filmed for you guys that I will get up at some point whenever I can get the footage somewhere I can edit it. Until then, I will see you guys in a new video soon, and I love you. Bye! I don't know if it's